Hello? Ugh. Benny Carrot. Can y'all hear me okay? Good morning. Or afternoon. Or whatever time of day it is for you. Hi. I see we have the first instance of MCG Sassy in place. Hope you like that one. It's actually part of a two-part emote. Ah, Danny. Congratulations on becoming champion. Thank you for eating your carrots. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, Hal. Ah, Pokey Lover as well. And Allison. So many champions. And Zavai. We're almost out of champions already for the stream. Oh, and there's Haplapalon. I think that's all 5 champions, right? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? All right, well, there's our champions for the stream. Pepperoni Secret. No, I'm the champion. Whoa, I thought there was a limit of 5 per stream. Oh boy. We have a lot of champions. Thank you all. Maybe it was 10 champions? I don't know. We hear you, MC. I'm glad. How do you get more carrot? You watch, and then you click next to the carrot. Or you go to the store and buy some carrot. Is my audio alright? Is everything good there? How do I get invited to Marathon? I don't know. Thank you for the resub, Stone Money. As well as Hal, thank you for the resub. I got a lot of stuff I want to chat about. I want to give you guys some insight. Man, chat's going fast, my friends. Back for MagFest, my feet are dead. I heard the MagFest is gonna be at the end of January next year. AKA, maybe I'll actually get to watch it. Or go to it, rather. So when are you announcing Piece of Heart 2? It won't ever be called Piece of Heart 2. The cool thing about both Parallel Worlds and Piece of Heart is that they will always just be called Parallel Worlds and Piece of Heart. It's just when they happen and where they happen is how they will be identified. So the full name was Piece of Heart MomoCon 2019. But if we did another one for MomoCon, it'd be Piece of Heart MomoCon 2020. And this one is technically Parallel Worlds 2020. If we do one in 2021, it'll be Parallel Worlds 2021. When is AOTS 3? I don't know. When's AOTS 2? It's not happening because got Parallel Worlds. Like the same thing, but different in a lot of ways. Will the 4th Piece of Heart be called a Heart Container? No. Hey, everybody. All right. Yeah, we could talk a lot about a lot of stuff. But the one thing I'll talk about is something that I've already talked about on stream, but you may already know. And if you don't already know, there's just behind the scenes tidbit number 1 that I've already talked about before. So again, if you already know it, then it's not a surprise to you. But this is the first marathon trailer we made back in 2009. And then we decided for the Marathon 25 trailer, since it was going to be the big anniversary and all the nostalgia, that we wanted to use that song for the trailer. So if we jump forward to the Marathon 25 trailer.
We got $12 to shut up, so I think we, wow.
Oh my God.
That's weird.
I can't
We'll just
believe
hold for a
that.
second here.
So much we got money.
Oh God.
Here we go. So yeah, we use Zelda 2 battle theme for both trailers, obviously. Now, something that I want to talk about, I guess we can talk about the trailer here for a second. You'll notice that in the 2009 footage, this footage I recreated myself. I recorded it. I was playing the game. But what you will notice in future things I show you, with a few exceptions, starting with Money Making Game, the documentary, the footage was actually recreated even more accurately, thanks to work by Video James. So I'm really happy about that. One big thing that we did this marathon is we eliminated this logo. It was still in a lot of places, and it was still technically counts as our marathon logo in a lot of regards. But we've been wanting to make a big change from this logo for a while, just because we've been using like Nintendo's official Z for a while, and I'm sure if Zeldathon continues to get bigger, they probably wouldn't like if we continue to use their Z, you know, as our branding. So for a long time, we've had the Zeldathon general logo, which you can see in a lot of places. I can even just skip ahead to here to show you. We have this, which has been our general logo that we've been using for a long while, since like early Zeldathon show. But we decided early on that I wanted to redo the logos, and I worked with Dark Decay. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the work in progress immediately next to me. Maybe I can get some from Dark right now. I can scroll up a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting some. Hold on one second. I want to make sure when I open this, it doesn't destroy anything. So I'm going to pull up quite a few actually real quick, so bear with me for a moment. It's not really about, you know, making sure we're like avoiding copyright or anything. It's actually a lot to do with, you know, just making it our own identity, you know. Thanks, Zach. The stream already. I mean, I am vacationing. I am sitting here very much in vacation mode. All right, cool. I can show you now. I got them from the Dark stream. Obviously, the main organizer, Parallel Worlds. I'm just tired. So here's some of the early logo concepts that we had. Dark had made a lot of them. One thing we wanted to do is we wanted to standardize things, and as you can see here, we took into consideration some of our weirdest logos, such as Headstone for a Here, which had some pretty awful color choices in terms of it being like way too dark. We had to take into consideration anything other than Zeldathon, which technically should have had a above logo, but I'll talk about that more in a second. Things like American Diabetes Association or American Cancer Society, which have never had an official logo. And so we advanced. We were considering doing something like this, where the top half would have a second square, but these start to look, as Arctic put it, more like flags than logos. So we continue to iterate, and like here's another example, one that we were considering for wild, and it just didn't look right. Same with water. We tried to add a splash of color into them, and it still just wasn't quite there. This didn't look really happy. This is getting there. We were starting to figure out what we wanted, but this top box really couldn't stay. Dark went through and made vectors of all of our logos. There's some errors here. This is not a final version, but made vectors of all of these, like the subtitles. And what we ended up with is, I can show you. So on day 1 of the marathon, the team members got their badges, which had this logo on them. Nobody really second guessed it. They just thought it was just like a cool thing for the badge, I assume, but and in fact was our new marathon logo that we'd be using going forward on them. And so from there, we started to show them off in more ways. I can you guys allow me a moment to pop on over to a different folder. So that ended up giving us these logos, which are our final versions. I can tab through them, although some of them have the white text, so you'll see it's a white text. It's we have versions for both light and dark backgrounds. And yes, technically, we are going to be using this logo for AOTS and Ultimate, because otherwise it just it looks like this, and it doesn't look right. So sorry, but in the mistakes of our past, we must make some concessions, and over time I've already learned to not really care about this. So, but I can show you some of the other ones, like American Red Cross. You'll notice these uses the same font as Forces. But this is one of my favorites. I love the Champions logo. Can you caret these uses for me, please? I don't understand the question. There's the Child's Play logo. In addition, one thing we did that it's not really shown, or you might not notice, is the colors here. So the Child's Play logo was originally a light green. No, that's not the standard Stone Money. That was just a mistake by Shadow. It's still Ultimate Zeldathon. But all these colors, all the colors of the logos have been updated slightly to be more accessible, because before this would be way too light and you could not read the white text on top of it. So one thing we did do is go through and update some of the colors. Some of them didn't need updating, like Deluxe, I remember, was fine. Even Forces got a color update from the original determined marathon color to be more accurate and to be better for accessibility. Heels, for example, also got a little bit darkened. A lot of the colors got some adjustments to make sure that the white text can be read legibly on them. And we are using the original logo design where possible. And then these logos were, here's Zeldathon Ultimate, or Ultimate Zeldathon, but we're going to be using this one. So this thing, we took a lot of time to make sure each logo looked good here in the future of Zeldathon. But yeah. You're aware that Parallel Worlds is officially being referred to as P-Dub, right? No, I don't think so. So obviously this marathon we did a lot of nostalgia stuff, but I'll show off some more stuff specifically here. So what do we want to talk about? I can talk to you guys about the countdown, which also started with that the same trailer song. The entire countdown for Zeldathon, slowly over time, changed from Marathon 1, Marathon 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, etc., 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 etc. Now, so some notes about this. I did go through and make sure to use songs that were relevant to the time, including, this is like original file that I had to modify to make it accurate. This is exactly what the countdown looked like in 2010. One thing that made me mad is this here. This is the Zeldathon Forces section. Or, I'm sorry, Zeldathon American Red Cross section. Now, let me see if I can jump over to it real quick in my file system. So this performance by Disco Cactus covered up the fact that I recreated what the countdown for Marathon 5 looked like, including changing the text to say what we were actually playing and all this. But because we had a video playing during this section, it was instead covered up the entire time by this performance. So you never got to see that. You know, a lot of care was put into the music choices to make sure that they were representative of the time that they came from, including even just having this awful Temple of Droplets remix that I'm not a fan of anymore. I can't make any promises about next marathon, William. I am watching GDQ. What's up, B Pendragon? Jeopardy took up a lot of time. Okay, I can talk about Deluxe. So for those who know Zeldathon Deluxe, you'll know that this background is supposed to be moving. I've lost all of Zeldathon Deluxe's files. I don't know where they're at. I've searched all my stuff. I don't know where they're at. So I was... Oh. Thank you, Legos Jedi. So I don't have the moving background anymore. I don't know where it went. I have no idea where it went, and I'm kind of in distress about that.
Wake up, Zeldathon fans! It's time for the premiere event of Zeldathon Heals, the cream of the crop, the champion of all. It's time for ZC Dub!
Everybody, welcome to Zeldathon.
Hold on, I need to find the one thing. Where's Pioneer Woman?
Howdy, Zelda.
Howdy, Zeldathon fans. We here at Zeldathon Ranch love making parodies of famous television shows. Last marathon,
Oh no,
our
Chris is
partner,
here.
Pop-Tart Gamer took on the role of Food Network's own Pioneer Woman. Take a gander on how it went.
That made me laugh so much. He did alternate takes. I think I have them. Yeah, dude, they're right here. I'm in the countdown folder.
Howdy, Zeldathon fans.
Howdy, Zeldathon fans. We here at shows.
Parodies of famous television shows. Last marathon, our partner, Pop-Tart Gamer, took the role of Food Network's own Pioneer Woman. We here at Zeldathon Ranch love making parodies of famous television shows. Last marathon, our partner, Pop-Tart Gamer, took
So big shout outs to Chris for giving me lots of different takes, and each one of them more sane than the last. But I decided to go with the one that was completely goofy, man. Because it made me laugh too much. It made me laugh way too much. Slim Pickens. The people popped off at the 109 mark. Yeah. Because I knew what I was doing, not for Side On, but for the song that immediately followed, because the next section is the A-out section. And so I should fade it out here. There it goes. The second bloody tear start. I remember watching chat freak out, being like, oh my god, it's Castlevania music. And it was so fun getting to put Castlevania, Sonic the Hedgehog into the countdown. It was fun. It was so fun getting to put in that music. And then there's a point where, so after, you'll notice the evolution of the countdown. After Aots was when we first introduced the, this font on the background. And so the rest of the countdown is pretty much the same. And I kind of played catch up on a lot of songs. Like, this was used in a trailer, son. And I did put in 2 songs from the album. Album.zeldathon.net, be sure to listen. I put in the title theme as well as Jack Ganondorf battle. Just as a way of promoting the album. I was going to, I forgot that I was supposed to put these in when I was making the countdown, so this was a last minute change. And originally it was going to all end with the entire album or something, I think. But I had already put in this song. Which is a medley of all the Link's Awakening dungeon themes. And I loved it because this was our marathon to celebrate Link's Awakening a lot. You know? And then also, in the last 6 months, Freddie Greddy, who's made lots of music stuff, did this medley. And it's absolutely wonderful. He did a great job with it, and I wanted to make sure that we put it in. And it fit as the last song because it covers like almost every game in the series. Dun 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 dun. Stay on the path. Stay on the path. But then we can talk about the intro now. Want to talk about the intro? Thank you, Nemenya. Did you like it? I can talk a little bit about it. We can I'm gonna do a lot of question and answer stuff here soon, but yeah. Is there any YouTube musician you want to invite to a future Zeldathon? And if yes, has he, she said yes. There are plenty. And a lot of them have not just like they've not only like said yes, but they've just been busy. You know, people like Jules or 8-bit drummer Jared. You know. They're all like really good friends of us. Adrian, of course, Jack, Toxic Attorney. People I've worked with in the past that just they you know, they're usually busy. So hopefully they can come in anytime. But why don't we talk about the countdown? Johnny Atma. I don't really know him that much, but I like him a lot. All right, let's talk about the intro. First thing I want to talk about the intro, because this is where we get into some of the good stuff here. The first thing about the intro, okay, so a preface. The credits to this marathon, or I'm sorry, the trailer to this marathon, the intro to this marathon, and the credits of this marathon, the three main pieces of music that are used, like in the marathon overall, like key piece of music, those were this marathon. I made sure were all custom. They were all made for Zeldathon, brand new tracks, never before heard. Because I really wanted this marathon to be special. I started working on the music for this at the beginning of 2019. The trailer was made by Sam Dillard, who has worked on the Zelda Cinematica album. This intro was made, well, I'd say, let's first say arranged by PTR Bob, Pete from Disco Cactus, with help from Sam, also from Disco Cactus, and the Videri String Quartet on the strings. I'm really happy with that. And our credits was made by Rosin, who has that track for sale now. Very recommended to buy. But let's talk about the intro. So obviously we start off with a old marathon montage. There was a lot of purpose chosen in these individual clips, you know. A lot of I wanted to make sure that it ramped up, like it got more exciting over time. The rainfall effect you'll see here is actually a reused effect from Zeldathon St. Jude, where we had the creation of the Triforce rain. So it first starts out very chill. Look at all those freaking video feeds. But then, over time, as the layouts change, things start to move. People start to have more smiles on their faces. Gets a little bit more exciting. Another big musical hit as we change into the relief layout. And then again, coming up for, that's the $1 million moment right there. And I ended off with a very key $1,000. Now, of course, the song here, part of the music, is credits roll from A Link to the Past, which is what I've considered for a long time to be the theme of Zeldathon, the thing that we reference. You know, it's the $1,000 donation sound. I make sure it plays at the end of the credits, and I usually don't play it anytime during the intro or the countdown. Sometimes I'll play it in the countdown in form of a remix, as like the last song of the countdown. But I make sure we hold that song in reverence, you know, a little bit, just because I like it a lot. I've always considered it like almost a theme of the Triforce. Now, I wouldn't usually play it during the intro, but I thought it was appropriate for bookends, which we'll get back to when we come back to the credits here. But from there, I want, because I helped direct a little bit of like how I wanted the music to be. So I said, well, I wanted to start out with this, building excitement of credits roll into. Let's just chill it out for the 10-year anniversary logo. These shots were gotten from NoClip. Some of them have been slowed down or reversed to not be jarring on our brains. This is where another sponsor would go if we had one. Oh. Can we talk about that right there? The Temple of Time clip. Hold on. This Thank you, Babakilu. The Temple of Time clip, I did a little bit of motion tracking on the text, so it kind of flows with it. So look at the text closely, how it kind of like is in the door time. Yeah, so I really wanted that to almost feel a little bit 3D, that one, and I think the effect was sold. It took a little bit of motion tracking, but I'm happy with it. You barbecue again. So from there, this next montage of Zelda clips is important moments through the series in chronological lore order. So the creation of the Triforce, Skyward Sword, the sealing of Princess Zelda, the wish on the Triforce in Skyward Sword, the opening of the door of time in Ocarina of Time. Then we're going to go into adult timeline for Wind Waker's Reawakening of Hyrule, into the Locomo Sword, down to the child timeline for Twilight Princess, and the Mirror of Twilight being reassembled, and the Forest Sword being pulled, down to the Decline timeline for the Wish on the Triforce, the resurrection of Ganon in the Oracle games, Link traveling to Lorule for the first time, the opening of Spectacle Rock, and the Wish on the Triforce to reawaken Princess Zelda, and then we jump into the Beyond timeline for Zelda just completely obliterating the Guardian army. So that was a very purposeful lore look. And I don't think that was noticed because it just seemed like, oh, it's a cool montage, but that was I wanted to make sure it was in timeline order. That's as best you can when there's 3 timelines, you know. Good morning, Bar here. And thank you, Nemenya. And thank you. Are those bits? Are those bits? I don't know. They look like bits, so I assume they're bits. But this next section here, I'm going to rewind it. The music was really fun to make this for, because I remember talking to Pete about like, all right, we're going to chill it out, but then we need to like ramp it right back up into this is Zeldathon. Like this is like we start with the past into the Legend of Zelda into its time. So silence into cut right into the logo and the starting of our clips, where I chose very goofy clips for the directors, like me being upset at Donation Station, to Liz doing a little slide, Campy with the plunger from an unseen clip, and Silver with the money. And then we go into the team clips. Nothing too notable here, except I always choose to feature somebody whose name is on the screen. It's difficult. What's your tip for doing charity 24-hour? So that's kind of like asking, like walking up to Steven Spielberg and asking, what's your tip for doing a movie? He could probably go on for a long, long time. The answer, I guess the most basic answer I could give you right now is, if you're doing a stream more than 12 hours, it can't be just you. Don't let it be just you. Some people have done 24-hour streams alone. I don't recommend it. I don't think it's a professional thing here. You compare yourself to Spielberg? Well, I compared myself to a professional. Someone who's a professional at a movie. I'm a professional at charity marathons, you know? Yeah. And also, it'll suck at first. So I chose everybody's clips. I don't think there's anything special I need to comment on here. I did like how much people were smiling in the ones I chose. This clip sucks because that's stupid dry ice or whatever. What happens if there are 3 first-time attendees in a row in the intro? We put 4 names on it, because you'll notice at the end, because what I do for the intro is I count out the musical timings, like, so you'll hear the music goes ba-dum. So I count out the musical timings, and yes, I already said I'm watching GDQ. It's not right now. I'm doing a stream. So yeah, it's all about timing it out and then taking the number of team members who are in attendance and then dividing that and then finding out what screens will have like 4 names. And I put those at the I backload those. Also, TV makes a funny face here and it makes me laugh as much as it made Jackson laughed. Okay, so here we go. Pay attention to some musical timing here. This was a heavily edited timing clip. Do you like that? Do you like that? Da-na-na-na-na. So this next montage is all the start of final boss battles. So remember that. Start of final boss battles. And of course, I had one more spot, so I put in Ganondorf from Breath of the Wild sequel. So we'll work from there. And now for the final bit is the first time showing off all the new logos formally. And with Breath of the Wild. Yeah, that is the intro. I'd like to jump forward now, if I can, to the end credits. With music by Rosin. First thing I'm going to note here is this is not the actual way that Twilight Princess looks. All the clips of the games in the intro have been color corrected and given more dramatic like contrast and saturation and stuff in places. But anyways, there's a lot of bookends I'm going to mention now. I totally didn't put in Barbarian Link because I think he's awesome. Okay, so the start of end credits begins with Link successfully attacking the final boss, which is my contrast to the intro. Things you don't know when you watch it 6 days apart. And then we have a short champions show here for the start of the heroes section. A lot of clips I chose here are sword raising, but not all, because there's not always a sword raising moment in every Zelda. Oh! He's just so cute. Like, oh my god. Every time it makes me look at that clip, I'm like, wow, please make a Zelda anime. Like that one with the musical timing. Oh, that was another purposeful thing of Wind Waker Link holding up the Triforce to NES Link holding up the Triforce. And the doors close on that like clip, you'll notice, in time with the music. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, flash to white. Into Phantom Hourglass's raising of the Phantom Sword. Go relay race. You're going to notice Ocarina of Time crowd control goes on longer than any other clip. That's because the Chamber Dungeon challenge was cut, so I had to make an emergency edit. Which makes sense because the Ocarina of Time crowd control was also cut short. I was really happy making this one where it says Bill, Coach, Ellison, Francis. I was really happy that I got to make that that slide. How long before the end of the marathon do the end credits get rendered? Usually about 3 to 4 hours. So there are some names that are missing here. So a lot of sword raising here. And this next section is kind of our farewell section. So farewell to the Forest Sword, farewell to Low Rule, farewell to Navi, farewell to Midna, farewell to the moon! Farewell to Marin. And farewell to Hyrule. This goes into our more formal role. Thank you, Demi Knight. These photos were gotten off of Twitter. We could probably redo this creds with like some of our more formal clips, but I wanted just to choose ones that were, you know, I could get it quickly. I did try to time up some of the people's appearances though, with their name on screen. Like here's Clinket. Her name is just off screen. Dang. I thought I got that one. IB. Here's Valor with Valor. I did do that one. I do not think a 7 or 8 days Zeldathon will be necessary in the future. And here's Kelly to match up with the merch artwork. Kelly. There she is. Huge thanks to everybody here. Demi Knight, hey, there you are. You're Demi. This shot of Liz is very good. I wanted it in not phone quality. She's so beautiful. Liz is so beautiful. Yeah, it's more about who's featured, Hal. I remember us talking about this photo on stream, even though it's like a super great photo. I think we talked about it on stream, which made everybody laugh. Then we take it from this right into donors. And I'm not going to go through this because there might be Star Wars spoilers in here, because this is not spam filtered. We're just going to click through, watch the actual thing. The music obviously ties up to the background. Outset. Kakariko. I will talk about Dragon Roost. Yeah. Here we go. So Dragon Roost, watch the background musical timing here. I try to make it like hit when Dragon Roost hits. Hey Yukon, Happy New Year to you as well. Here we go. So if you wait until the music starts, like the theme you know is when right there. You like that? I tried to time that. Little things that MC likes, but nobody usually notices because they're dumb. highly made me cry. We actually used this clip in the background of the Triforce here at one point. The one coming up. This right here. It makes me cry. Okay. And this is Link Between Worlds Triforce being summoned. And of course here is credits roll. My instructions for Rosin for this section were draw out credits roll, and I believe I said make it like a classical music song that keeps building you up to end and then just doesn't end. And then I chose this clip right here as one final farewell to Fi. And by the way, there was some editing there to get that to musically time up because it did not line up that well with the musical stings. So you can barely see this clip in the background here where everybody's laughing and having a joyous good time, you know. If you were watching the marathon, very specially during Twilight Princess, you'll know there was a point where off camera I said, everybody act really happy, like things are going good or like whatever. And so everybody started to do this. That was only so I could get this clip for Force's representation. Heals, response, champions, mission, A-outs, wild, cures, classic, recovery, hope, deluxe, relief, adventure, St. Jude, headstone, one before that, then water, lives, water. Yes, all of them. Slowly descending into this clip, which if you look at it too long, you'll notice how fake it is. Please don't look at it too long. But let's just pretend it's a really good effect and not just a medium good effect. This is about accurate to what the setup was for the first Zeldathon, where I'm in the right chair and Zach is in the left chair. I did take the time to make sure I had an office chair and he had a big seat. You can kind of see our silhouettes there. And this is the recreation footage that Jamie made. But yeah, so that's just meant to be our recreation of that. And then of course there's this thing, which I could talk about at length, but I don't think I should right now. Okay, I got recording going. Except that this was fully acted out. Another marathon in the books. Slightly edited because things like can't be joining too late or me not interrupting well. Well, I mean, that's kind of why I called this director meeting. Honestly, I think I need a break.
A break?
It's true, though.
You don't mean...
That's right. We skip the summer marathon.
But how do you think the Zeldathon fans will react?
I mean, if they heard this call right now, I'm sure they would riot.
Now. Silver, I'm sure they would understand. I mean, 2 marathons a year is very draining.
Is there any
There isn't
way
even
we
a
could
Zeldathon
convince
director's
you to
channel
do
on Discord. I don't know how to tell you this. have secret channels that you guys don't see. It's right there.
Marathon?
What's up?
I love sup.
Good, you're here, Campy. MC was just telling us that we're not going to do a summer marathon.
What? Yeah, I need the time off.
No. You're forgetting about the most important thing, MC. The Zeldathon cinematic universe.
The Zeldathon cinematic universe? I haven't heard about that since.
Campy. See, that's an instance of me having to do editing to make sure I interrupted Silver better. Because before it was like, I haven't heard about that since. Campy. You're absolutely right. When one phase ends, another must begin.
Wait, I saw the ZCU plans myself. Are you telling me it's time for...
Oh yeah, it's definitely time for this.
At this point, just based off of that music, some people should have known what's up. And I looked back at the chat and some people were like, Phoenix, right? All games are not representative of the final schedule. I wish, Bestavan. We need an RPG marathon. I mean, you might get some RPGs there. Now, are you guys ready for the biggest behind the scenes that I haven't talked about anywhere yet? So this is the logo to be vectorized and possibly touched up before it's used formally for Parallel Worlds. This was not the first name we came up with. This was not the name that we came up with when we first made the logo. I'm much happier with this name because the old name was this right here. So I like this name in a way because I did want gaming involved, honestly, so that people knew that it wasn't like a bunch of stuff, but we came up with Parallel Worlds, and so that one got to stay. And that's why you workshop things, folks. That is why you workshop things. I went through a lot of iterations of the Parallel Worlds trailer.
I saw the ZCU plans myself. Are you...
By the way, the ZCU plans is just a trifold cardboard cutout from the AOS trailer. Shout outs to this globe spinning effect I found in the public domain that I edited to look vaguely just random world like. I knew that I had to put in Mario first, so it's recognizable as not Zelda. Then I did Chrono Trigger. I tried to do a bunch of different types of genres. Dark Souls, Halo, Okami, Tomb Raider, and then Phoenix Wright, which is a game that I'm looking into doing. So in some way, but I'll let you know more on that. There's been no more information shared publicly at this point beyond what's in this trailer and some various things I post on Twitter, but. So that is a little peek into that and the credits. I'm very proud of the credits. I miss Zeldathon. Can we have a February marathon? No. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you asking, but no. Shout outs to the Chinese characters for Link. I'm happy. I'm happy with the intro and the. Oh, wait, did I see My Love Really Loves Gymnast? I love that one. Is Zeldathon also going to be in Europe? We like to do a piece of heart from Europe sometime. But what charity is next? Are you looking into? Can't reveal. It's been chosen for like 2 years. Parallel Worlds as a thing has been like pretty much confirmed in our heads for the directors since AOTS ended. It's just been a matter of we didn't want to do another mini marathon before Marathon 25, and we didn't want to distract ourselves too much. So it's been, we've known exactly when we wanted it for like a year and a half, 2 years now. So MC, are you as proud of this marathon as I am? I really loved it. I am. There's obviously a lot of stuff to improve. I know a lot of people like to bring up the audio issues. We're acutely aware. We're probably more aware than even you guys who are watching at home. There was a lot of weird mini tech stuff that was weird, and we've also, a lot of it was because we've been trying to automate things more. We've been trying to make it less reliant on people's individual like talents on the audio mixer and give them presets and automation things that make them work faster. Wireless mics are fantastic. I don't know what was going on with them. I'm going to launch a full-scale investigation because we didn't have that trouble with them at Heels. So, well, it was weird, Gannon, because sometimes it wasn't just them being powered on or muted. There was issues sometimes with them where they were just like cutting out and disconnecting, and I'm not sure what was going on with them. Yes. So don't you worry, folks. There's a full-scale investigation being launched. I want more wireless microphones. They're very useful. I just also want them to work well. Oh my gosh, Shoop. I hope everybody is excited for Parallel Worlds, of course, but I hope everybody also can temper their expectations a little bit and that it's still a 6-day marathon and that not everybody will get accepted. But if people submit short games, like 2 to 4 hour games, more will fit in. It's signal interference. There might be possible with that. We can't not do wireless mics because we have to move cameras. Yes. There is some signal interference. I was thinking there might have been a possible issue with our headset radio frequency. I thought about afterwards. That we might want to experiment with additional channels for them because we have our headsets in play this marathon, which we did not have at Heels, and we didn't have wireless mic issues at Heels. So that's something we need to look into, and we will. So don't you all worry. I mean, look at this latest marathon. We had 0 dropped frames. We only had to reset our stream when Twitch literally imploded itself. It overall was a very technically sound marathon. Some weird audio automation and wireless mic issues aside. So, yep. It was technically our most sound marathon yet. Twitch actually went down one time. Nope. We had to reset our stream because Twitch has a 48-hour limit. But there was no point that we lost our stream due to any external factor. We were the only ones who ever reset our stream. This marathon always felt so happy. It was great. I had a lot of fun. The entire marathon felt very happy overall. How much testing do you before an event and it requires the equipment and the automation you mentioned? As much as we can, Wabajack. A lot of it is very difficult because we have one day to set up. And as Thunder Scott, who's here and set up a lot of the nice automation that we had on the mixer, can attest, there's a lot of stuff that comes up in the middle of the marathon that you don't expect that the automation or the scenes that we make just don't solve. And that, you know, we can sell somebody, hey, when you switch to the challenge cam scene on the mixer to that, you know, that's not the one step you have to do, because if you switch to that and that scene doesn't have the shotgun mics unmuted, that's on you to go and do, you know. Have you been upgrading to wireless recently? Not that doesn't really make sense. I mean, we had wireless mics for a while, but for mics, no. You can't account for everything you try. That's very true. I have other stuff I could talk about. Those were the main three: the trailer, intro, and credits were the video projects I worked on. I mean, other than this, which
now viewers were getting.
But I mean, please buy the documentary. We're no longer raising for charity, so I can just say, please, here. Where is it? Doc.zeldathon.net. Please buy the documentary. It's very good. I could talk about this for a long time. There's a lot that went into it. It's a very fun movie. It has a lot of laughs, a lot of sad moments. Actually, not a ton of sad moments. Just a few. A lot of heartwarming moments. A lot of exciting moments. And it really is. It's a good tale of the early days through the years, leading up to where we're at now. Thank you, MG. Have you considered having segments of Zeldathon stream from a distance in order to bring in some of the attendees that really can't attend to distance? It would be unreliable, Zavai. We have enough trouble producing segments in the same ballroom. I really don't want to do stuff remote, and plus, I don't know. Part of the experience is it all being in the same room. I think there's opportunity for stuff like that as external events, though. Let me not look at ZQ. She looks like she's questioning me. Big shouts to both the Speed Gamers for allowing us to use their footage, as well as GDQ allowed us to use a couple clips. Will you keep the carrots and maybe add more ways to use them? I don't know what ways to use them, but the answer is yes. And yes, but I don't know yet. Shoutouts to my Super Nintendo in my living room for this shot.
And love be born from it.
I shot all these myself, as you can tell, because they don't look as good as Esteban's clips. I have good news, by the way, everybody. Jiggy gave me all his bit music. Now I can be the true meme. Oh, we are only 10 subs away from 629 subs. Come on. Can I see some right booties in the chat? Or left booty, whatever the reverse booty is. I don't know what the reverse booty is. Yeah, I got you, Jiggy. You gave me the stuff. I got his emotional music. I got his cheering. I got the wow. I have successful. What was that image? Can we talk about the image for wow for a second?
I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
My boy.
But yeah, no. Thank you for giving me access to all this. Yeah. I don't know what else I need to tell you all. I'm gonna turn on my camera for a second. Please excuse my appearance. I'm on vacation. Hello. Look, I am VLC. Hold on. I even got Jiggy's award. Yeah, no, I know you guys have seen these a little bit already. But what I don't think anybody's seen is these, except for me and Junie and Arctic. These are the sticker sheets I had ordered for making all of the Lego pieces. Because how it works is I have to make one for Cures, I believe, for Doug. Is it Cures? So I take a Cures sticker, take a Lego brick, and boom. Now Doug, I got your Cures. I'm gonna get it anytime. We're gonna end up giving out more marathon bricks with new marathon for attendees tagged to the trophy. That's the plan. I had other stuff to show. Is it in the room? Not really. I have some new figures, but you can't really see them. There's a giant Deku back there. I have a Bakugo who's behind me too. Somewhere here. But you can't really see it. Please buy the documentary. Please. Are the trophy bricks completely replacing the old award system? Yeah, like I mentioned, it's really hard to have a personal, funny, or like moment that I haven't had with another person, like every person at the marathon. So I can't really make those awards every time because I feel really bad if I don't form a meaningful connection with somebody because like we're on completely different sleep schedules. doc.zeldathon.net hop up. I do not have a Mirio. I'm so sad. Can you talk about Random Randy? Yeah, I invited him out to see if he'd be able to come if he would like to see the documentary, but I don't know what he's up to. He's doing all sorts of stuff out in the world right now. Can I get some music? Yeah, the physical copies will come eventually. It includes the following special features. AJ Pokes. You got a first sticker. Appreciate you. I don't know if I had anything else to show off or say. Please stream OSAS. What's that? I am just a video being played. Always. Can you put the doc up on more digital platforms? No. That would require a lot of work into like getting it light license and stuff. Even though nothing in it, everything in it is we have permission to use. I'm just not. No. That is our one thing. Pendle, you don't need to educate me about production stuff. I'm very familiar. We on our wireless systems and stuff. We bought them. When you started handing out the trophies, the doc team was very confused what to do with all the no words to document. Seal up the page. It's over. Were the games in the trailer just random games? Yes. Nothing specific has been announced. I assume family-friendly games? You don't know nothing. Man, I hate Adobe Spark. I don't even know who she is. All of my hard drives are full again. June 2016. Edit. God. Stop yelling at me. Start submitting it. Hey, look, I can put a background in for me. Now I'm in the rain. Just Rain 2. Awesome money making game. I'd love to buy the DVD Blu-ray. I gotta ask, have you blooper reels from the original reviews? Yes. Any plans of showing them at the next Zeldathon? No, but all digital and physical purchases will get a copy of the blooper reel. If we release special features later on, it'll be like a year from now after everybody's had a chance to purchase it and all that. But right now there are no plans. The idea is if you want the bonus features like the blooper reel, buy it, please. Can we get a making of the documentary? Are you asking for a documentary of the documentary? No. No, you can't. The making of the documentary is at the Bestabon. You have a camera, and he will say yes. And there you go. That's all you need to know. Can I loop Just Rain? I like having this beautiful background. I'm here to answer more questions, though. I thought I had more things to show off. I have a lot of stuff I could talk about. I already talked about the logos. Talked about the Lego. Talked about intro, credits. That's about, aren't you supposed to be working? Are you at GDQ or something? Can we see a better up close to the Triforce painting? No, it's upstairs. I'm not moving. Maybe just play a game casual style? No, thank you. Maybe later. No! Stop. Could you talk about the challenge cam set? I can talk about it a little bit. That was a project that was first pitched to me back at Zeldathon, like before Zeldathon Response last winter. And it's received several iterations before getting its formal treatment this marathon. The project was an idea by Jiggy and made logistically feasible by Clinkit. And those two kind of were the leading forces behind it the entire time. I shouldn't say that word. And it all worked out thanks to some good lighting ideas by Grant, Legos Jedi, there in the chat. And just a lot of people. What are the plans for Jam Tray next marathon? Stop asking me about next marathon. I'm napping. Talk about the past. I know what happened then. I'm on vacation. The answer is I hope we do more music. The end. The end. I got some cool things for Christmas. Got a little heart container pin, little stamina tier pin. Oh my gosh, it's the real Mario. Navi. What's something you want to prove for next marathon from this marathon? I'm going to give you guys the easy answer and then the more complex answer that I don't really bring up at post-marathon meeting because there's still a lot to process in my head to make it real. Oh, wow, we got lots of questions coming in. The easy answer is audio, and we know how to fix that. Like, fixing audio is easy because it's technical. It's concrete. We know how to fix things because you either buy things or you reconfigure things. There's no decisions that need to be made. It just works. The more complex answer is I'm very much thinking about how do we raise more money at Zeldathon? How do we get more viewers? And we keep what we do. Obviously, like I say, there's much more to Zeldathon than the numbers on the screen, but numbers on the screen also matter, and we want to do the best we can. And so it's about how do we expand Zeldathon? How do we become more wide appeal, but also still fun? I think the goal wheel envelopes were a good idea, but I think that they need some tweaks myself. And I think that obviously reducing their emissions will help out. It's a lot about the content of the stream. There were half the goal wheel envelopes left, I believe, around there. Let me scroll up here. What are the plans for Jam Train last marathon? The Jam Train auction, because Jackson was tired of the way it was, so we tried to do the Jam Train auction. I think it worked out pretty well. Still a lot of improvements to do, but how's my Zeldathon recovery going? I'm here, aren't I? I'm gonna go away soon. What is the Zeldathon cinematic universe? Half a joke. But it's the idea of what are our plans. What are your are you planning on making the marathons more independent of you going forward? I've already been doing that. I mean, like it's not that I want to leave or anything. It's just I have a lot of stuff to focus on with Zeldathon that I can't focus on a lot of the nitty gritty anymore. If I focus on the nitty gritty, things won't get done. Or the big things won't get done. So I need to make sure I'm delegating properly, which I've been better at. So I'm very happy with that. I said a lot during this last marathon. People came up to me with questions on stuff. They're like, MC, there's a mission coming up at 4 p.m. or like at 5 p.m. And it says add secret sound. Do you know what secret sound you're going to add? And I just look at them and go, I have no idea. I didn't know there was a mission coming up. I'm just here along for the ride, just like you. You tell me. The answer is talk to Mojo. She would know the schedule. Or talk to Arctic. He would know the sound. What's the best thing that happened at past marathons that you think has to return to be better than the next? Things like Shadow's Majora's Mask Run, which raise a lot of money, and they're very fun. Saito, thank you very much. I'm resting. Let's see. Are you gonna play in a future Zeldathon ensemble? No, I don't. I'm not good at music. I like how Zeldathon is still not exactly mainstream. It's still fun without too commercialized like some others. I mean, we have sponsors and we want to have more sponsors, but we also are very diligent with how we advertise and stuff. Like we did the Elgato Stream Deck sponsored segment this time around. And I had a lot of fun with that, even though the audio decided to destroy itself exactly then. Here's a small question. Due to time constraints, you skipped the Chamber Dungeon segment. You think they'll try to slot that in at the next marathon after Parallel Worlds? Maybe. How's one become eligible to visit Zeldathon, even if only as a guest and not a real attendee? To be revealed, to be announced, to be determined. We're still working on stuff like that. I'm being a little overwhelmed. Maybe I should go take a nap. You see certain events like Jam Train, example, being exclusive to Zeldathon proper. I think that they're eligible for Parallel Worlds if it's a major marathon like size. Have you thought of who inherits Zeldathon once you retire, get old, and dead? You said not here anymore, but I can read between the lines. Said dead. No. I've said please continue doing it. If I get hit by a truck, please keep doing Zeldathon. That's very well known. Please don't be like, oh, in respect to MC, no more. Please just keep doing it. Thank you. Favorite new Pokemon? I don't know. I've not played Sword and Shield. You ever feel like there's too many secret sounds? Yeah. But I also feel like I'd rather have a lot of secret sound than no secret sounds. I don't want to be like the secret sound like color, you know. Who's my favorite person named Esteban? The Besteban. What's your favorite fan sent item for the giveaways? As someone who sent fan items, I feel like this is a leading question. The answer is probably the Poe. I'm sorry. I want the Poe. Any chance to get the Jam Train at a more European friendly time? Okay. A lot of people ask about, you know, stuff like, you know, it's like, well, everything seems so US oriented. Why can't we get European friendly stuff? And the answer is because we run the event in the US and we run events at peak schedule US time a lot of times because we want people at the marathon to be awake for it. So the answer is it'd be nice to. We obviously keep that in mind. Our schedule is kept in consideration with where all of our fan bases are, not only in the US, but in Europe and in Australia. But there's only so much we can do because we run the event from the US. And we have 80 people's sleep schedules to consider with that. Favorite ice cream flavor? Zach, my favorite ice cream flavor. I do like, I think the most basic answer, it kind of floats around, but I think the most consistent to say is cookies and cream with Hershey chocolate syrup. Right, it's on Mars. I'm sorry. Will there be a secret sound that's above 2,000? I don't know. What's an appropriate answer for the area it grew up in? Mud. You know what I want? I want some cookie dough ice cream. My cookie dough! I never got my cookie dough out of Brooke's fridge! So sad. Thank you. Thank you, Lindsay. Time to visit Brooke then? No, he's not at the hotel anymore. He left. He's at GDQ. Amazon.com. Cookie dough. Oh, let me add an edible. Edible. Four ounces. Gluten-free. What if I want gluten? Egg-free raw edible cookie dough. 8 pounds. A lot of cookie dough. I can't get any of this. What are we asking here? Love the new Go Wheel format. How many envelopes were unopened? About half. Time to attend GDQ then. What was the most stressful part of Zeldathon for you? The constant worry that I'm not doing enough, and that if I sleep, something will go wrong. And the hope that everybody who's watching and in the marathon area and everyone involved is having a good time, and that there could be something more I could do to make sure that they are having a good time, but that I also need to make sure I take care of myself, which I've been doing. So, would you consider lowering the amount for a goal wheel spin? No, because the amount we set for a goal wheel spin is not relevant to how many goals we want to do. Like we didn't base that on I want to do 1,000 goals this marathon. It was based off of I want to make sure we're not doing goal wheels all the time. So, someone please get me cookie dough. Got some coasters for Christmas. Got some Zelda symbols on them. Wow. Silent Princess. A Royal Crest. There's one more. Zaduda. Okay. I'm running a little bit on empty here. I think I'm going to go and take a nap and continue to vacation. I probably had more things to say, but I can't remember any of them.
To remind you to subscribe to Super MC Gamer's Twitch channel. You'll get many excellent emoticons. You won't see advertisements on this channel. You will also be confirmed as a super excellent person. Subscribe today, or you're a scrub.
Remember when I made that video and like I got that video commissioned and like
Big Man Tyrone here.
No, quiet, Big Man Tyrone. 2016. Wow, it's been a while. Anyways. Bye. I might stream on the Ravio channel sometime. Bye-bye. Hold on, I gotta play a good song. Wait, you want... Hold on. Don't leave. Gotta find the video. Can't find it. Found it!
Oh, what?
Found it!
Oh, wild abra! Come on down to MC
MC subscriber line. We got emotes. We got badges. Now, how much would you pay for that booty emote? $50? $100? No! You can sub here to MC's channel for only $4.99. You can take that to the bank. But I'm not done. You hate ads? You want to get rid of them? Sub today, and you won't see another ad around here. That's the Wild Abra guarantee. Shazam! But let's get wild! If you throw in a little bit of extra dough, you'll get some special emotes. That's how we say thank you around these parts. It's a sale you'd be an idiot to miss! Already got a sub? Don't be a schmuck. Give one to your husbando. Your grandma bando. Any real rando. We don't care, just subando. So come on down to MC subscriber line. It's just on Twitch Avenue past the McDonald's and the I-86 exit. Hit that big purple button when you get here. People say I'm crazy, but I'm just wild.
No, don't do it again.
Come on down to MC.
Hold on, where's my favorite frame?
Your grandma bando. Any real rando. We don't care, just sub.
Flash raid games done quick. Thank you for watching. I'll play video games on this channel soon, I swear it. I swear to you.
So come on down to MC subscriber line.